So thank you very much. I will now recognize Dr. Babin for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, University of Houston, and thank you, you expert witnesses, for being here today. I'm privileged to have this opportunity today to bring this hearing down, help bring this hearing down to our great state, where we get a chance to show off Southeast Texas and see firsthand the innovative new technologies that are revolutionizing the way that we produce energy. Texas has always played a huge role in America's energy economy, and I believe that Houston is the epicenter of that. I represent the 36th district. We have more petrochemical refining facilities than anywhere else in the entire country. And so I think that there's not a better place to roll this new technology out. We also have some of the busiest ports in the world. Mankind benefits so greatly when science can solve a lot of our problems. For instance, turning an overabundance production of CO2 and turn that into an advantage to help produce more energy and have a cleaner environment. So my first question is, how do we roll out these new technologies here in Houston to improve the efficiency and quality of our energy production? Specifically, what are the technological barriers to commercialization, and how can the Department of Energy effectively partner up with industry? As briefly as possible, and Mr. Kennedy, I'd like to ask that of you first, please, sir.
Yeah, sure. As I mentioned in my testimony, the private and the public partnerships and stuff are very important. The technology is very, very expensive. So I think the efforts today is to look at the second and third generation of carbon capture facilities in our case, and look for ways to make those more cost effective for people to invest in them.
Right. Okay, thank you. And then Dr. Long.
Yeah, again, we have ARPA-E to try and bridge this gap. It's not enough. You know, as someone working in fundamental science, making discoveries, you know, it's really sad to see when there's no one recognizes or takes up the challenge of how do we build something out of that, something practical. That's not something my lab does. We need partners, and DOE should really encourage that partnership of taking a quite new discovery, just the next step of a bench scale engineered test. You know, this could be a kilogram of materials, but that step is missing. We need more funding of that.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'd like to ask the next question. Carbon capture technologies help us to more efficiently produce energy and helps us to create cleaner energy, as we mentioned, but addressing climate change is not a one-country problem. We see time and time again when other countries like China and India, for example, disregard the effects of their pollution. This is a global issue. There's no question about it. Do you see collaboration opportunities with countries like China and India where we can profit off of our innovative technology while they become cleaner countries at the same time? What collaboration opportunities do you see? And I'd like to start over with Dr. Christian Worthy.
Well, in my testimony, I talked about our collaboration with Oil India, specifically on the issue of capturing CO2 and putting it for EOR. There are other opportunities. For instance, we've developed some coal gasification technology in this country that is remarkable. It will probably never see the day of light of day here in this country. But given the need for energy, given the need for doing it environmentally conscious, how do we find a way to partner with countries like China and India to really deliver that coal gasification technology?
Absolutely. And then Mr. Dewing, if I could ask that of you.
We already have a project where we partner with a Chinese company to gasify coal to make a synthesis gas. So we're already working together. We have gasification technology. We have CO2 capture technology. China is showing an interest in CO2 capture and sequestration. So a lot of that work is already in progress, and Air Products is actively working with Chinese partners. We have a project for dry reforming where we reform CO2. So that's with a research organization in Shanghai, and we're collaborating with them. So I think there's lots of opportunities, certainly in China, and we are exploring India as well. So it's happening already.
And then Mr. Genby, if you could add a little bit to that as well.
So definitely the United States, as I said in my testimony, is a global leader in CCUS. So indeed, there's a marketplace internationally there for that leadership, both the technology and capability that's been built here. There are consortia and collaborations internationally on this already. The Clean Energy Ministerial has now started to include CCUS within its own within its work, and provide protocols and methodologies to include CCUS within, of course, some of those international agreements to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So it's good to see those.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and I see that my time has expired. It's amazing how fast 5 minutes goes by, but thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you,